So guys, cash flow is one of those things that will quietly determine whether your business survives or struggles. You can have customers, you can make sales, you can look profitable on paper, and yet one day when you go to look at your business account, you realize there isn't enough money to pay your bills. This is where understanding cash flow becomes important. Cash flow is simply the movement of money into and out of your business. Money comes in when customers pay you, and then you realize you have to pay for business expenses like electricity, internet, salaries, marketing, suppliers, and any other business expenses. The goal is to make your business have enough money available whenever you need it. And here's where many entrepreneurs get confused. Sales is not the same as profit. Profit is not the same as cash in your account. Let's use a simple example. Imagine your business makes sales of around 100,000 this month. That sounds great. But you spent 60,000 buying the products you sold. You've also spent around 15,000 on rent, transport, electricity, packaging, and any other expenses. That leaves you with around 25 shillings before considering anything else. So the 100,000 you collected in sales isn't your profit. And even that 25,000 shillings may not be all sitting in your bank account. Why? Because perhaps some customers bought on credit and haven't paid yet. This is where cash flow can become a problem. You may have made the sales, but you don't have the money yet. Meanwhile, your supplier wants payment. Your landlord needs rent. Your employee needs to be paid. Electricity is due. The business doesn't accept "I'll pay later" when customers pay me. Bills have deadlines. That is why you need to pay attention not only to how much you're selling, but also when is the money available for you to actually use into your business. This is particularly important if you allow customers to buy on credit. Credit can help you make sales, but too much unpaid credit can put pressure on your cash flow. Imagine you sell product worth 50,000 to a customer on the understanding that they will pay next month. On paper, you have made sales, but today you don't have the 50,000 shillings. If you still have to buy more stock and pay your bills, you could find yourself struggling even though your sales look good. So, if you offer credit, keep proper records. Know who owes you, know how much they owe you, know when they promised to pay you, and follow up professionally. Don't allow unpaid customer balance to become invisible. Another major cash flow problem is mixing business money with personal money. You make sales today and immediately you use the money to pay for personal expenses. Maybe you've bought yourself clothes, you pay your personal bill, you send money somewhere. And because the business still has products on the shelf, you think something is fine. But the money you took may have been needed for restock. This is why separating business money from personal money is so important. The business needs its own money. You need to know how much the business has, how much it owes, and how much it needs for expenses. How much you can safely take out for yourself. Another thing that affects cash flow is stock. We've already talked about stock management, and this is where these two topics connect. If you put 100,000 into products that don't sell, that 100,000 isn't available for other business needs. That money is sitting on your stock. That's why buying more isn't always the answer. Sometimes you need to sell what you already have before putting more money into inventory. You also need to plan for regular expenses. Don't wait until the rent is due to realize you don't have enough money. If you know your business has certain expenses every month, plan for them. You can write it down, know approximately how much you need, and set aside money for those expenses as the business continues earning. You should also prepare for unexpected expense. A piece of equipment might break. A supplier can increase their prices. An important product can suddenly become more expensive. You may not know exactly when these things will happen, but you have to prepare for them. This is why having cash reserve can make a big difference. It gives your business breathing room when something unexpected happens. Now, I want you to remember something very simple. A business doesn't only need to make money, it needs to know how to manage that money. If you are excellent in sales and poor in cash flow, you can have customers and still struggle to pay your suppliers. You can have stock and still have no cash. You can even be profitable and temporarily have little money available. That's why you need to keep an eye on your cash movement. At the end of each week or even a month, look at the numbers. How much came in? How much went out? Who still owes you? What bills are coming in? How much do you need for stock? How much cash should remain in business? You don't need complicated accounting software to start doing this. Even a simple spreadsheet or properly maintained business record can help you understand what is happening. The important thing is to actually look at the numbers. Don't run your business based on the feeling that there is money coming in, so everything must be okay. Know the numbers. And remember, cash flow isn't about being afraid to spend money. A business has to spend money, basically operation costs, to grow. The goal is to spend intentionally. Know what you're spending on. Know when you're spending it, and understanding what the spending is expected to do for the business. If you spend 10,000 on stock, you should have a reason to buy that stock. If you spend 5,000 on marketing, you should understand what you're trying to achieve. If you take around 20,000 from the business for personal use, you should know whether the business can actually afford it. That's you thinking about cash flow. So here's what I want you to do. Look at your business this week and write down 3 things. How much money came in? How much went out? And how much money actually is needed or remained in the business. Once you start paying attention to these 3 things, you'll have a much clearer picture of your business, because sales can tell you how much you're selling. Profit can tell you how much you're earning, but cash flow tells you whether you have the money available to keep the business moving. My name is Kiki, where I mind your business.